Hey, folks, welcome to the Camp Constitution Report with your host, Hal Shurtleff. This report is heard on our YouTube and Rumble channels, as well as our Podomatic page, and we urge you to subscribe to all three and share not just this video, but all of the hundreds. I guess we have over 1,000 on our YouTube channel with over 15,000 subscribers. It's brought to you by Camp Constitution, which, among other things, runs a week-long family camp and a weekend retreat, which is coming right up the end of this month, September of 2024. Now, this is going to be a little short commentary. You see here a picture of the late Malcolm X and a quote that he made. And the quote is, only a fool would let his enemy teach his children. I'm not a fan of Malcolm X. I don't support or did not support what he stood for, but I have to give him credit. This was a very correct statement. And he would not send his children to schools that would try to change the values he was inculcating with his children, to his children. Unfortunately, every single school day, millions of Americans who call themselves Christians and conservatives send their children to government schools. Most, not all, but most of the teachers and administrators are your enemies. They despise what you stand for. They despise Christianity or Orthodox Judaism. They despise the U.S. Constitution. They mock and ridicule what you believe, and they take great delight in destroying your children's mind and soul. And this is a serious problem. Now, Vince Ellison, my friend Vince Ellison, recently remarked that the left is committing suicide. That's correct. And there was evidence of that with the abortion services provided outside of the Democrat National Convention. They had vans where you can just get an abortion or even castrate yourself, get a vasectomy. And so while they're castrating themselves, castrating their children, turning their children into uh, the so-called gender reassignment surgeries, unfortunately, they have the government schools as their recruiting grounds. And as long as we, not me, but long as people that think like me, but not entirely, because as long as people who call themselves Christians, conservatives, send their children to government schools, you are allowing the enemy to teach and indoctrinate your child or your children. And until we stop this, the left will continue to have the influence and power they have in this country. And don't tell me, oh, there's nothing we can do. We can't afford it. You can afford it if you make an effort to afford it. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your economic background is. I don't care you might be a single parent, but you would never, let's say that you were sending your child to a doctor, a pediatrician, and you got a report that this particular pediatrician was the worst in the country, a fraud that's been responsible for all kinds of nasty things. There's no way you would send your child to that pediatrician. But you seem to have no trouble sending your child to some of these so-called educators that are doing so much destruction and damage to our children. There are homeschool support groups all over the country. There's a lot of online, fully accredited entities. And by the way, you don't have to institutionalize your child 7 or 8 hours a day, putting them on a bus for an hour ride each way. That's not necessary. Most homeschooling can be done in a few hours a day. Keep in mind that most of these government schools, the purpose of the long day is to institutionalize children, not that they need 5 or 6 or 7 hours of teaching 5 days a week in so many months. So I do encourage you, strongly urge, if you are sending your child to a government school and you have conservative Christian values or Orthodox Jewish values, what's wrong with you? Malcolm X said that you're a fool. I can't, it's a hard thing to say, but I can't disagree. Anyway, thank you for watching or listening to the Camp Constitution Report. And we urge you to visit our website and also the Sam Blumenfeld archives. See, it's easy enough to say things that you should do that, you should do this and do that, but we have actual viable alternatives that we offer right on our website. The Sam Blumenfeld archives, an incredible free online resource for homeschoolers and educators. Anyway, with that, we do encourage you to look into it. Again, visit our website. And until next time, may God richly bless you.